Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the meeting of the Lebanon Public Building Corporation for Wednesday, July 13th, 2022. We will do a Pledge of Allegiance after we are calling this meeting to order, and then we'll follow with a roll call and approval of minutes. So let's go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first item here will be a roll call, and I will go ahead and call names off here. Matt Drury. Jim Urban is absent tonight, and I am, of course, present. Neil Taylor. Next item, we will approve the minutes from our May 31st, 2022 meeting. Everyone had a chance to review those minutes, and if so, do we have a motion to approve?
Motion, Mr. Chairman.
All right, got a motion made by Mr. Drury, and I will second that motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, do we have any old business tonight? Is this public comment? Any public comment at this point? I guess that will be also with new business, but we will go ahead and start with the resolution 2022-02, the economic development agreement for the Fieldhouse project. Hey, Ben.
Good evening, board members. We got a captive audience here tonight on this Wednesday evening. What we're looking at here tonight with the Building Corporation is the same activity we did with the council and the Redevelopment Commission on Monday night, is approving the economic development agreement with Card and Associates for the Fieldhouse project that we've been working on for the last couple of years. And what this agreement essentially does is it memorializes all the activities and agreements we've had with them throughout this project in terms of how the incentives work and whose responsibilities, the responses in terms of the city, responsibilities in terms of Card. And this really memorializes all those into one document here. And again, just kind of walking through, it talks about their responsibilities in terms of construction and schedule, what our responsibilities are in terms of incentives, and then it obviously details then the bonds that will be associated with the construction of the field house and the construction of the portion of the public infrastructure for the project. And then also we've also transferred the old Holiday Inn site to them as well as a part of the incentive. And so it just memorializes all those activities. And then the big part of what this economic development agreement does is it goes through the what if scenarios. So what if something bad happens, and then what happens in those cases? So what if they aren't able to finish construction of the facility and complete the project? What the parameters are if something like that happens, or if 15 years from now the business goes under, but we're still obviously paying back bonds, what happens in those cases? So that's a big part of what this agreement does. It sets up the scenarios. Whereas if something bad were to happen that we're not expecting, they have to default on the project and what those scenarios are. So that's a big part of it. I know Rob will probably talk a little bit about process, but we are fine tuning this still just about every hour of every day this week to get this thing to the finish line. So there may still be a few adjustments or tweaks here and there, but I think the main part of the substance of this document is done, and we're hoping to get this thing executed here very shortly. The plan in terms of the project is to sell bonds next week and then close on those bonds in early August, and we would expect activity to start on the site very soon thereafter. I know they've already ordered their building package and things like that to make sure that comes, so we do expect activity on the site very quickly once we get the bonds closed. So this is the last public action that needs to take place on this project before we can sell bonds and get this thing going. So happy to answer any questions if there are any.
I don't have anything, Ben. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, with that, Mr. Shine, would you address the resolution?
Yep. Thank you, Mr. President, Board. Resolution 2022-02 again concerns a resolution by this board approving an economic development agreement for the development of certain property in the city of Lebanon known as the Fieldhouse project as well as the public infrastructure project. The Building Corporation has been advised of an economic development agreement which sets forth the terms and conditions under which Card Associates Athletic Facilities, LLC, the developer, is proposing to construct an approximate 190,000 square foot indoor sports complex featuring 8 basketball, volleyball courts, 2 fields to support football, soccer, rugby, lacrosse, baseball, and softball, and it also include a mezzanine space, weight facilities, concession, classroom, and tenant space, as well as pitching and hitting tunnels, including also other ancillary uses. That's the Field House project, which you've heard before. Together with the public infrastructure improvements that'll consist of roads, a lift station, water mains, drainage, and related improvements that are all defined as the public infrastructure portion of the project. All this is at or near the southeast corner of I-65 and State Road 39 in the city. The Building Corporation has reviewed the proposed development agreement in the form presented to the Building Corporation at this meeting, and has considered the economic impact of the Fieldhouse project and the public infrastructure project, and finds that the approval of the development agreement by the Building Corporation furthers the redevelopment and economic development of the city and will benefit the public health and welfare of the citizens of the city. Now therefore, this board finds the proposed development agreement in the form presented to the Building Corporation at this meeting is hereby approved. The president or any officer of the Building Corporation is hereby authorized to execute the development agreement in the name of and on behalf of the Building Corporations with such changes in form or substance as the president or any officer of the Building Corporation executing the development agreement shall approve. And this resolution shall take effect immediately upon the adoption of the Building Corporation. As Mr. Bontrager indicated, we have been working to finalize the details of the development agreement. There's still a few things that we're going through, but we're in substantially complete form. What we've indicated to the Redevelopment Commission and the City Council, to the extent that there would be any material changes to this, we would certainly come back to this board. So I'm happy to get into the detail or answer any questions if you like.
All right, thank you, Rob. Matt, anything from you down there?
Fine.
All right, before we entertain a motion, I'll bring up public comment again because it's part of new business. As Ben said, there's no crowd here tonight, but I don't think we have any public comment. So I would entertain a motion for Resolution 2022-02 approving the economic development agreement for the Fieldhouse project.
Motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion made by Mr. Drury, and I will second that. Any other discussion or questions? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Anything else tonight from anyone? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn, if not.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right, I'll second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, we stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone.